All right. Hey guys. So this is my accountability project presentation. I just go through and kind of share some of what happened during my project as I was going through and doing this. And so part of this project was we had to kind of determine who we wanted to become with this project, how we wanted to find ourselves more accountable. And so there was a whole kind of a list of things that I wanted to improve in my life. In general, I just wanted to become more fit. I wanted to be a better husband. I wanted to be a better student. I wanted to be more physically fit, spiritually fit, mentally fit. And so I created myself a series of goals in order to accomplish this. So starting off as just to become a better husband, I made it a goal for myself to cook a meal for my wife and I at least once a week. Up to this point, I have to admit I'm not the world's best cook, and so but I wanted to be able to help my wife out more, especially as both of us are going to school. Both of us have jobs. We're both super busy, and so I wanted to try and help her alleviate some stress that way. So I made the goal to cook up once a week. And then my goal that I set to become a more fit student, I I set the goal that I would work on homework for about 3 hours a day until I had all of my homework done for all of my classes for the week. And so that way I could just stay on top of classes because this is my third semester I've done completely online. Because as I mentioned, I work full time, so I work 40 hours, and I usually take anywhere from 12 to 14 credits online. So I have a lot of time constraints on me, and so I wanted to make sure I was taking the time necessary to do all my classes. To become more physically fit, I said I wanted to do at least some sort of form of exercise, some sort of sweat-inducing work 3 times 30 minutes a week. Sometimes this was me doing some workouts at home. Sometimes it was me. I was running around so much at work that I counted that as my exercise because it's hard work. Running from every end of the store and still trying to get everything done that you need to in one day. But my next goal was I wanted to improve myself spiritually. And so again, I set the goal that I would read in my scriptures for about at least 15 minutes a day. Just going through and making sure I was staying on top of my scripture reading, my study, making sure I was being prepared for the lessons that I teach in primary every Sunday, just kind of making sure I was stay on top of things that way as well. And then my final goal that I created was to keep myself mentally fit because as I've said, I've got a lot on my plate at the moment, and so but I still wanted to make sure there was still a little bit of time that I could take a break from everything, kind of relax, take a step back. And so I designed a goal of I would read at least 15 minutes a day of just fun reading. Like it could be just a book, because in times past I would get so caught up in things that I wouldn't have any time to do something fun. And so made it sure I had at least 15 minutes a day to just do some fun reading of books and novels and things like that, just to keep on top of things that way. And it really did help. So these were the goals I set. The consequence I set for myself to do this was if I broke any of these goals even once, I would lose any sort of fun money that I got to spend for 2 weeks. So that would be because for my job, I work at a toy store. And so there's a lot of fun things that I can find whether it be a cheap game or a little model I can put together or something like that. And so in times past, like, oh, I got a little bit of money here. I can go and get some cheap little inexpensive something that's fun. But with my consequences, if I broke any of these goals, I would not get to be able to have that fun money for at least 2 weeks. Let me open this up. This is kind of my goal tracking so you can see how I did with my project. Here we go. So starting off, you've got this is the cooking once a week column, 3 hours of homework, the exercising 3 times a week, 15 minutes of fun reading, and 15 minutes of scripture study. And as you can see, I was really able to keep on top of these goals throughout the semester, and you can see those that were holding me responsible. They had their comments over here. the people who worked with me were really great. They checked in with me, and so it was good. They were a great help, and I officially started this day. That's why those two columns aren't filled in. But so this is kind of my goal tracking. But like I said, you can kind of see I was able to stay on top of all my goals. So how did I do? I feel like I was able to accomplish these goals that I set for myself. In fact, I actually never broke any of my goals, so I never had to suffer the consequence. That was kind of nice. Not meaning I spent fun money all the time and saving some money for Christmas recently, but I was very, very proud of myself of how well I did my goals, making sure I was keeping them, accomplishing them, and doing all those things I needed to do. So what did I learn from all this? Some aspects that I may have changed, might have changed for the future if I were to do something like this again. I might not set so many goals for myself because, like, with the requirements for this, I believe it was about 20 hours a week with all of it. And by the time I had everything, was doing everything, I was far and above that. And so it was kind of a lot to keep track of sometimes. Like I was able to do it, but it kept my time very, very busy. Some other things I learned that I really do well when it comes to setting goals if I have something to kind of keep track of. This is something I've seen with myself in the past. Like, for example, when I was in seminary, they'd have you a little chart of mark off how well what days you would read. And I'd stay really on top of it. I would do well. I read my scriptures every day. The moment I didn't have something to check off, boom, my scripture reading was gone. So I've learned that having a little tracking chart really helps me stay accountable to myself and to others. There isn't someone watching, making sure I'm filling out the chart. I stay on top of it myself. So I really kind of was able to see that aspect in my life more fully as I was going through and doing this. I learned a lot about accountability from this project. It was really neat to see just how much more accomplished you can feel and how much more you can be done with that aspect of accountability. Because, like I said, if I had something to check off, I could do something every day, never miss a day. But the moment I lose that sense of accountability, that sense of tracking, my goals are never going to get accomplished. And so, I really appreciated this project. I felt it really influenced my life a lot. It made me feel a better of a husband, a better student. I was able to keep my sanity a little bit more this semester compared to some others. And I really appreciated this project and how much it helped me. Like I said, I put in a lot of effort into this project. On his scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably put myself right up there, right around the 10, with just the amount of work I had to put into it to make sure I stayed on top of my goals. But I'm very grateful for this, and I'm grateful to be able to be in this class with you guys, and I wish you all the best.